Let's keep it here. Okay, let's fix that. Okay, now let's just wait for some viewers today. Hey, Deduction Diary, what's up? How are you, man? Okay, waiting for some viewers. Just let's have a look. Thing is, today I've changed my timings a bit because I have some work after 6. I hope you guys get adjusted to these timings. Um, okay, it's not many viewers yet today. I usually there will be people like Manasvi already ready, waiting, but it seems like some students have gone for the under 11 selections. So not expecting many viewers today. Well, let's see how it goes. Just have Let's wait for some people to come. Until then, let's do some puzzles, right? Okay, let's start off with some warm-up puzzles. As soon as I see some what do you say, viewers have joined, then we'll start with the session, right? Okay, 1 second. There are people asking, have the class started yet? Okay. Anyways, let's just start with the puzzles. Okay, quickly. Am I audible, by the way? Whoever is watching, I could see 4 people watching. Okay, so if you guys are hiding behind the shell, please show yourselves, guys. There's nothing to be ashamed of. I can promise you that. Okay, let's just do some puzzle streak. That's what I usually like to start off with. Okay, or shall we do some puzzle racer? Hmm. What do you guys think? Puzzle streak would be good enough, I guess. Okay. If there are not enough people like today, I think we'll end the session then. Like I'll just wait for some people. Oh, I'll wait for you guys to answer. Guys. Okay, it's white to play. Can I get the answer today? It's white to play. Look for checks, guys. Come on, you'll get your answer. It's a basic double attack puzzle. It's a basic one. So again, for once I've joined, I'm just waiting for some viewers to come so that we can start off with the today's past legend series. If there are no viewers, then I can't do the lesson, right? It won't be. It'll be like I'm talking to myself, right? So clearly that's not the case. Okay, let's first of all is the I think the notations are not very clear. I'll just sort that out for a second. Let's yeah, window capture. Okay, now it's pretty much clear. I kind of closed in a little bit. Yeah, let's expose the letters and numbers a bit, right? And let's make the board a bit bigger. Yeah, now we're talking. Okay, Srinit, hi Srinit, what's up? I hope you're keeping well, man. I heard that you're kind of sick, right? I'm just adjusting the board a little bit, guys. If you guys don't mind. Yeah. Okay. There's so much space here. Why not just use it for the board, right? Yeah. Okay. So first answer, rook f6. Okay. Cool. At least someone's there in the chat. Right. Okay. The next one. This one looks a bit tricky. So what do we do here? We have this check, but does it work? Knight f6. The thing is, the puzzles don't go in the right order. It should go like easy, hard, or easy, medium, and then hard, right? But it doesn't seem like that. We are already off to a weird start. The first one was like pretty damn easy. The second one is like medium difficulty. Anyone in the chat? Look for checks, guys. We have knight f6. After that, the knight takes on f6. He has to. If he doesn't, then we take his knight, right? So knight f6. Black plays knight takes f6. And then we play e takes f6. And yeah, he has to block with the bishop or the queen. Of course, with the queen or the bishop. Yeah, we can just take it with the rook, I guess. I think that's the answer. So knight f6, we give a disco and we cook it. Okay. Okay, it's white to play, guys. There's still 5 people in the chat. Not everyone are talking. I don't know why. Oh, it's black to play. My bad. It's black to play, guys. I hope the notations is clear, right? Okay. Let's see. How do we do this? Queen c1. C1 is here. Yeah, queen c1 is just checkmate. Yes, good. Queen c1, and then of course we block and we take. Okay, next. This one is white to play. Okay, pretty simple. Looks pretty simple. We have the queen that's spinning the knight. Very important to notice. Okay, we have also we should note that the rook is attacking the knight. Right. Some important things to note. Let's see. This is a very tricky one, guys. This is a very tricky one. Okay. How do we win this? Okay, this one is So it's just easy actually. It's just made into right. It's just made into queen f7, king h8, and queen g7. Good, simple. And queen g7 is made. Okay, this one is an end game. Okay, let's see if you guys can find the continuation for this end game. Prima Rodriguez. Hi, what's up, Prima? May I know who the student is, by the way? Because I don't remember any student named Prima Rodriguez. So I think must be the parent, of course, right? Uh, Aiden. Oh, hi, Aiden. What's up, man? Okay, at least 2 active people, right? Um, yeah. Hey, what's the answer for this? Quickly, Aiden. And after this puzzle, I think we'll just start the session because at least we have okay, Jay Prakash K. Who was that again? Let me try to recall. Is it Arin Kawal by any chance? Reveal yourself. Son of Jay Prakash or daughter of Jay Prakash. Okay, I think it must be Arin. I'm not so sure. It's very hard to recall the names of the parents, by the way, right? Okay, anyways, give me the answer for this, guys. I think some people are like taking time to write. I won't be able to answer because I'm in the car. Okay, is it really that difficult? Are you driving the car, by the way, Aiden? Okay, anyways, I think I'm done waiting for you guys. You guys are taking 10 years to write the answer. So, okay, it's probably an end game. Rook takes f2. You like king takes f2. Okay. Oh, hi, Kiansh. King into f2, king g5, and king g4. Okay, king g3. This is not very clear. Rook f2, king g5, king g3. Hmm. Okay, we are in a pickle, guys. Do we play h5, g h5, king h5? But that's not very clear. I guess we have to wait for we have to like do some waiting moves, right? Okay, let's just play this. I'm pretty sure this is the answer. Oh, king g5. Okay, wow, look at that. It didn't even let us demonstrate what's the win, right? Okay. Anyways, that was just you know warm up puzzles, right? So I'll just give a random move here and just end the streak. Okay. Boom. Okay, so let's get started, guys. You guys took long to come, right? Usually you should be the ones waiting, but you guys made me wait. That's so nice of you guys. Okay, let's go to the main topic today. I don't know if I even put the episode number correct. That's what I calculated. Wonderful, wonderful, man. Oops, I took the wrong study. I took the wrong study. So we are here for today. Today we are going to cover the player named as not enough internet to send. Okay, try, man, try. Okay, so today we are going to look at the legend that we are covering is known as Mikhail Chigorin. Okay, so for the ones who don't know Mikhail Chigorin, again, I'm going to take a minute to give you guys an introduction, a brief introduction, right? So Mikhail Chigorin was a Russian grandmaster. Okay, so first thing you guys know he's from Russia. So you guys know how Russia is like the beast. It's like a chess hub, right? And he's a world class player. And he was the challenger for the first world champion. Okay, so if you guys don't know who the first world chess champion is, right? First world chess champion is William Steinitz. Okay, so he was the challenger for that title. Okay, although he did not win, but just because he did not win does not mean that he's not a legend, right? Of course. So what is he known for? He is known for some attacking. He's known for like imaginative attacking strategies. Okay, he's also one of the experts in the openings known as Evans Gambit, which we are going to cover today. Okay, and for those of you guys don't know, in the last class I made one thing clear that I'm going to only cover one game because two games is kind of like a headache is what I pursued, right? For me and for you guys, I guess, right? So we've decided that we're going to cover one good game, and we're going to call it a day, right? Sounds cool. Okay. So, anyways, we're going to cover the game between Chigorin and Steinitz itself. Okay, and this game is how do I say it? How do I put this game? It's pretty simple, and I could say that Steinitz played like kind of like a beginner, I guess. Uh, so if you guys don't know what I mean, let's see. So let's go. Okay, so game started off with the move e4 and black plays e5. So Steinitz is playing as black and we have Chigorin playing as white. Okay, so knight f3, knight c6. I really don't need to crack my, waste my time explaining all these moves. Bishop c4 and black has two main options to go knight f6 or to go bishop c5, right? So here black chooses bishop c5, okay? And what does white play here? So we can castle or we can do something like c3. But here there's a very good gambit over here. If anyone who's aware in the chat, okay, if anyone's aware of the Evans gambit, please tell me the move here. Fried liver, no. You want to do fried liver, then you gotta fry your knight, huh? You're gonna get your knight fried here. No, not fried liver here, buddy. It's not fun to hang your knight, right? So, what's the move here? The Evans gambit. No one knows the Evans gambit. Knight into e4. Okay, I get you want to do the center fork trick. It does not quite work. Mr. Jay Prakash, again, please tell me the name of your, I mean, who the student is. I might be calling a parent's name, and trust me, it's not so fun to call a parent's name, right? Okay. Yeah. D4. Okay, D4 is something called as the Scotch Gambit, but none of you guys know the Evans Gambit, man. That's pretty sad, right? The Evans Gambit. Okay, if you guys have not seen this move, then get ready to say what? B4. Okay, so this is a crazy looking gambit because you just gambit a flank pawn for like no reason, is what you guys think. Right, b4. So we just sack the pawn. So why do we sack it? Okay, this is actually one of the best gambits. Okay, if you're playing any gambits, right? Evans gambit is like truly awesome. You guys should really try it. And I think after watching this game, so surely you guys will try it. Okay, so let's see. The first thing, free pawn, free cookie. Why not just take it, right? So he takes our cookie, we kick him out, right? So c3. So the bishop is attacked. So we have to make him move the bishop again. So the bishop can come here, the bishop can come here. All these are like theory. Bishop e5, bishop a5 is also a theoretical move. Okay. So here white castles. Okay, and usually I remember playing d4. This is what I used to play, but okay, castling is also one of the moves. Okay, and now the point is white, what do you say, in three moves white did is like white pushed, white sacked a pawn, he pushed another pawn and he castled, right? And what did black do in three moves? He just moved this bishop, right? So basically white is arguing that okay, I have good leading development, I have opened up this bishop, I have ideas of queen b3 to come and attack you, right? So all this sort of attacks. Okay, so let's see what how black should deal with this. Okay, so he plays the move d6. Okay, and looking at this d6 move, he's like, okay, I'm opening up the bishop, right? And by looking at d6, white is like, you know what? Didn't you learn opening principles? You need to develop your king side first, right? You need to get this knight out and castle. You're not doing that. So I want to open the grass here. I don't no, I want to open up the position. Right? I want to attack you. I want to get the rook here and I want to attack you. And I want to do some stuffs. Right? So how do you and okay, Arin, okay, nice. Oh, okay, we have a person from Indonesia. Hey there, Dennis, what's up, buddy? Welcome to today's stream. Okay. Uh, Thank you so much for tuning in again. Okay. So anyone, how do we attack now? Again, you have a lot of pieces developed, and you see that black is not developing any of his. I mean, he's not developing his king side, and you have your king side like fully developed. You have your bishops, bishop placed very well, right? How do you try to attack? What are some moves you guys can do? N is trapped, huh? Knight is trapped, okay. Yeah, okay, kind of. Is it trapped? I don't think so, man. Okay, maybe it's a positional move. But here we just strike in the center with the move d4. Yes, good, good. We play the move d4. Okay, and you are trying to clear the grass around the king. So these, we call these pieces as the grass. Okay, these pawns as the grass that the king is hiding behind. So we want to remove these grasses, right? If you want to attack. Okay. So black plays bishop g4. So black is like, I'm gonna put some pressure on the d4 pawn, right? The knight is defending d4, and if you do something like, let's say, if you want to kick my bishop out, I'm gonna play bishop takes. If you can take like this, I would be really happy, right? But if you take like this, maybe I can win the pawn. No, I'm so sorry, I can't win the pawn. Winning a pawn would have been more fun, right? Okay. Anyways, the analogy wasn't correct. Okay, the point is just putting pressure on d4. Okay, so let's just make that point clear. So white saw the spin on g4. Okay, the bishop pinning the knight. So he's like, you know what, guess what, you're not the only one who can do a pin. So white wastes a tempo and he plays the move bishop b5. Ha! Now you can't take on d4, right? And here there are some several moves white can do is like, actually the best response is to go knight e7, okay, which is a little bit hard to understand. But, not everyone likes pins, right? Not everyone are a fans of pins. And some people, especially if I was black, I would have done this move, which looks pretty awful, right? Bishop d7. Okay, he did not play this immediately. He first took on d4, so that's just good for us. Okay, one grass is cleared, so we have potential to open up the e file. And now we play c takes d4. And now he's like, you know what, this pin is annoying. He's going to play d5. So bishop d7 is what he played. So he's wasting some tempos again. The knight is supposed to come out. He's not doing it. So some tempos are being wasted, right? So here, according to the analysis, knight e7 is the right move, right? So how many of you guys, okay, a basic tactical question. How does black get out of this situation? Basic thing. This is a basic thematic thing you should know. How does black get out of this situation? Easy, guys. D5 seems like it wins the knight, right? Come on, we're gonna winning. We're winning the knight. Come on. How does black save the knight? Easy, guys. Come on. Easy. There's no way to save the knight, though. I mean, of course, you can't save the knight. That's not sure. But you can do something else. You can try to win some material back for the knight. Come on, guys. This is pretty easy, right? Automatic. This is a very thematic response, right? It's a very thematic response, right? A6. Yes, Srinit. Well done. A6. So this is called as, what do you say? Some people, lot of people say danger levels. If you guys watch Gotham Chess, he says danger levels, right? Also, some people say making an equal and a superior threat, right? So if you're attacking me, I attack you. That's one more way, right? So okay. So let's say bishop goes back. You can play b5. So if I take my knight, you take my bishop, right? But then if you see, he can take, if it's black, like, he can take his pawn or something, right? But anyways, this is the right way to play, right? But then Steinitz is like, you know what, I don't like this pin. So I'm just going to move my bishop back to d7. Okay, he doesn't do it here. I'm messing up the move order. Right. So, okay, let's go back to the position. So bishop comes to d7. So wasted a tempo. So what do we do when your opponent wastes time? We don't waste time, that's all. We start developing, right? D takes c6. Okay, bishop b2. Okay. And Steinitz makes another weird move. Okay, I don't know why did he do this move? It just does not make sense. I tried taking my time to understand this. I tried analyzing this, but this move, I don't know. If you guys can help me in the chat, it would be really a good help, I guess. He played the move knight ce7. Okay, he plays the move knight ce7. This just does not make any sense. Why is this knight going backwards? Right. So this guy has violated a lot some principles. Like, he's moving the same piece twice. He moved this bishop like 3 times. He moved this bishop like 2 times. He moved the same piece, like, he moved the knight like 2 times. Right. And he also, in 2 moves, he did 2 backward moves. Right. If you guys can see here, 2 moves were backwards, whereas white's 2 moves were all forward moves. He took the pawn, this guy went back, we developed the bishop, he went back. So you can't afford to do such moves, guys. You gotta keep going forward, right? You're playing chess to go forward, attack, right? Come on, this is okay. Knight ce7. Anyone can explain this? Please be my guest. I really did not understand this move. Okay, I don't know what was running in his head. Okay, Steinitz. Hard to believe that he was the first world champion, man, doing such a weird move. Okay, I mean, if this was played online, right? I would tell that, I wanted to. I mean, I've done some certain mouse slips. Okay, putting, instead of putting this knight, I've put this knight. But here you can't just say it's a mouse slip, right? Anyways, knight ce7. So okay, what do we do then? Okay, we need to start developing. Okay, first of all, the bishop is under attack. You can take it. It's not a terrible move. Queen takes d7. And now again, we have to start thinking of attacking moves like e5, opening up the position, but e5 can lead to a queen trade, which is not desirable. Trust me, guys, you shouldn't be trading queens when you're attacking, right? I don't want to trade queens, right? Also, knight takes e5 is good too, I guess, but maybe he can castle. Oh no, he can't castle because you have knight takes f7. My bad, my bad. He can't castle. I think this should have been fine. Again, the queen goes to e6, right? I think this is what he should have done. I don't know why he didn't do that exactly. But okay, at this point he played knight a3, okay, which is a little bit hard to understand. Okay, why are we putting the knight on the why are principles being violated here? Okay, the knight is becoming a donkey knight, right? So something that you guys are aware of. I know it's not funny anymore because I've repeated this joke like multiple times. Knight a3, okay. So anyone, where is this knight heading to? The thing is, he'd not want to play knight d2 because this can lead to an exchange, right? But this move knight a3 is kind of heading to c4, okay, which looks kind of decent, right? And from there the knight can go here and he can go here. This is how grandmasters think. They think like long-term positional plans for the knights, right? Positional menus. Okay. Anyways, so Steinitz is like, you're not the only one who can do donkey knights. Even I can do donkey knights, right? So another weird move played by Steinitz. But at least this move I can explain. Okay. So knight h6 was played because he was a little afraid of e5. Okay. So that's why he played knight h6. Okay. I don't know why is he that scared of e5 though. Because e5 doesn't do much. Right. So knight c4 was played here, attacking the bishop and bishop b6, and now a4 has been played. So anyone in the chat, if it is white's turn to play, what is the threat here? So what is white threatening here? Easy questions, guys. Easy. Come on. These are like basic questions, right? I'm not asking you guys like complicated questions, right? To attack the b. Okay, so we are trying to do something. Where white is trying to cook something. Yeah, so white is trying to cook a trap, right? So a5 trying to trap the bishop, right? So black is like, okay, you're trying to trap me. Nope. Yeah, if you play a5, then I'm going to do something that I like. You know what black likes to do, right? Black likes to play backward moves, right? So this is what I love to do, is what Steinitz is saying. But he did not do that. He plays the move e5, finally breaking the grass. Stop hiding behind the pawns is what um, Chigorin says. I'm just going to crash through now, right? Okay, e5 is absolutely a really good move. So the point is, if you take, then I'm happy because now the d file is like semi-open, right? My bishop can come here and attack the knight too, right? So a lot of attacking ideas. D takes e5, and maybe you can take with the knight. But actually, the engine recommends taking with this, and after queen takes, rook takes d1, right? And castles, which is a little bit hard to understand. Okay, and then bishop a3. I don't think I should even move to this point. Okay, but I'm pretty sure after d takes e5, I would have like taken with the knight. Right? Why do you want to exchange queens? That's why it's very hard to understand engines. Right? Engines are like having their own crazy ideas. Right? So, anyways, d5, and here black goes. He did not take the pawn. He decided to take, push the pawn to d5, and this is a mistake because we know where the knight is jumping to, right? So no points for guessing where the knight's jumping to, guys. Is he going to take the bishop, or does he have a good square? Where is this knight jumping to, guys? Where should I put the knight? Where should I put the knight, guys? The knight is dying to jump. Waiting for the answer, guys. The knight is dying to jump here. a5. The knight should go to a5. No. Okay. Knight d6. Right, okay, of course. Knight d6 check. Right? And what do you call this knight as? Okay, anyone? I mean, usually I like to take more tactical questions, but again, sometimes it's fun to throw in a little bit of positional questions too, right? What do you call this knight as? Okay, I know some people will be like octopus knight. I'm pretty sure you guys, someone in the chat would be like octopus knight, right? Okay, we can call this octopus, but maybe not the answer that I'm looking for. This knight is in a beautiful square. It's guarded by the pawn, and it is sitting in a square. Yes, it's called as an outpost. It's sitting in a square where none of the pawns can capture, attack the knight, right? So this is an unassailable knight. Okay, so he plays king f8, right? And white plays bishop a3. So he is looking at the king directly, and he is threatening some discos here. Okay, so if you guys don't know what's disco meaning discoveries, right? So bishop is looking at the king, so the king gets shy and he just goes away, right? He doesn't, feels a little weird with the bishop here. He doesn't want the bishop to look at the king, right? So now what do you do? Okay, we don't have anything, so we just start to get in more artillery, right? So we see some open files like rook e1, right? Rook b1. So rook b1 is more better, right? Because now we are also threatening to play a5, and once the bishop takes, like, we can play rook takes b7. So the rook is now looking at the b7 pawn, so it's raining x-rays here, right? So bishop looking at the king, the rook looking at the pawn, right? Now it's just time to pounce, right? Black is like having weirdly placed pieces, right? So what does black do at this point? Black is like, okay, first thing first, this knight is annoying the hell out of me, right? This knight is an outpost, and trust me, having outposts is not fun if you are being the opponent, right? So let's just get rid of this knight, okay? So I have this terrible knight, which people call the donkey knight. So let's activate it, and let's get rid of this beautiful placed knight, right? So Steinitz is like, okay, let's do something. Let's consolidate our position, right? And now this is where all the positional elements starts ending, right? So white is like, I have all the pieces ready to attack, okay, except for this rook. All my pieces are well placed. My bishop is looking good. My pieces are good, right? I need to start doing something. I need to cook something, right? So what did white cook up here? White to play and find what did white cook. Okay, in short, find the tactic here. White to play. So when you have, jokes apart, whenever you have very well developed pieces, guys, you have to look for tactics, guys. You have to look for forcing moves, not just automatic moves like, okay, I'll play rook e1 and stuff. I'll play rook b3. I'll lift my rook. Okay, that's fine. 1 minute, guys. Hours change. Biscuit world. Okay, my mom just got a little tea break for me. Okay, so just gotta attend to that, right? By the way, my cam is not correct, man. Let's just create. No, let's just adjust our cam, right? So I'm just gonna sip my tea. Until then, you guys can find the answer. To be precise, it's not tea, it's milk, guys. I know you guys might be like, such a big boy drinking milk. There's no rule that, only big boys are allowed to drink milk, right? Milk gives you strength, guys. Okay? And I'm not so sleepy as well, so I don't have to drink tea. Anyways, don't get distracted, guys. You need to tell the answer. How do you break through now? Black is just hiding behind the shell. How do you remove the grass? How do you clear the grass and get to the king? Come on, guys. What do you do now? A5. I'm tired of seeing this A5. What is going with A5? Okay, A5 is fine. A5 is fine. Okay, I told the move A5. A5 is totally fine, guys. Okay. Let's not insult A5, but I don't know. I don't want to. I'm not bothered on this side of the board. I want to do something over here. I want to cook something here, guys. Let's cook something here. Right? Let's not go after this bishop. Like, let forget about this bishop. I want to cook something here. NG5. NG5 very much. You're very much close, Kiansh. But if you can take the hint, that's not NG5, but okay, you're kind of close. Okay, NG5 is a little interesting. And let's look at NG5, by the way. NG5, you attack on F7. How do you defend it is the question. Maybe I can only look at Rook F8, but I think I can sack. No, Rook F8. Yeah, Rook F8 kind of holds, I guess. Right. N into F7. Well done, deduction dairies. You know my name? No, I don't, man. I'm so sorry. Okay. Knight into F7. First brilliancy. Okay, so you have to look for these sacks. Right. At this point, you have to go for it. Because you have enough artillery, you have enough pieces. Okay, anyways, what's the follow-up? Knight takes F7. Let's see if you guys can find the right follow-up over here, guys. AE5. I have never heard of such a notation in my life. AE5. Okay, better answers. E6. Well done. Okay, a lot of people wondering why not knight G5. What happens after knight G5, guys? What happens after knight G5? The king runs and he hides behind the grass. Okay, this grass is open, but this grass is kind of like blocking the diagonal, right? So we don't want the king to escape. We have to go E6. Beautiful move. And if he does queen takes E6, no points for guessing what's the next move, guys. No points for guessing what's the next move here. NG, Jitendra Kumar Yadav. Okay, welcome again. I'm so happy to see some new members in the chat, right? So that's good to hear, guys. I hope you guys are enjoying the session and finding it very instructive here, right? NG5, of course, right? Fork. NE5, okay, that's not fun, I guess. NG5 is more fun than NE5 because you just win the queen, right? And winning the queen is more fun than anything, right? Of course. Anyways, this is the first world champion we're talking about. He didn't blunder a fork, right? Sadly, he did. And yes, now we have the king, right, who has joined the party here. And we need to welcome the king. The king has come to the war field. We need to welcome the king, right? The pieces are like asking to join the party, feast in and attack the king, right? The king has come to the middle. We need to welcome the king, guys. How do you welcome the king? How do you welcome the king, guys? Come on. NG5. My Lichess rating is 2400. Wow, awesome, buddy, awesome. Right? Okay, good. Rook E1, naturally good too. Rook E1 is totally fine. I think Rook E1 is what he should have played, but he played N E5. Okay, let's see what happens after Rook E1, by the way. Rook E1, maybe the king goes to. The king kind of runs to F7. Maybe that's why he must have rejected it. Okay, and the king is going to hide behind the shell, right? He's going to hide behind the grasses. So there's no point of doing rook e1. So he plays nf7, sorry, ne5. What this move does is it attacks the queen. So you'll be like, sir, we know that it attacks the queen. What else does it do? What else it does is it blocks the square, right? It blocks the square. So we are not letting the king escape, guys. This is a very important move. When you're attacking the king, don't let the king escape because you already sacrificed a knight. We are not letting the king escape, no matter what. Nope, you are not running, buddy. Okay. So the queen is attacked. First thing we need to address where the queen goes. Okay, the queen went to c8. Um, so now the queen is kind of offside, right? And now we play rook e1. Knight is an octopus, of course. Rook e1. We like to do the x-ray, right? So the rook is looking at the king and we are threading some discourse here, guys. So again, the king looks at the rook and he gets a bit shy and he moves away. Okay, so king f6. And now we start getting in the pieces, right? So can you guys suggest me some attacking moves here, guys? Come on, let's discuss some attacking moves, right? What do you do here? How do we get in more artilleries? How do we get in more pieces? This king is like asking to be attacked here, right? He's like, come and get me. How do we get to king? How do we get to the king? Guys, this is where lot of people fail, right? Queen f3. Okay, queen f3 is totally fine too. I totally love queen f3. Queen f3 because that also, you know, threatens g4. But the queen, after queen f3, yeah, queen f3 looks very good actually, right? Yeah, I don't know why he did not play queen f3. Let's have a look at queen f3 by the way, because the king really can't go to many squares, right? If he goes like g6, He has to go g4 and we win the knight. Right. Queen f3 looks really good. Okay, maybe he goes king g5, but that just does not look good, right? We can't have the king, marching into death, right? So queen h5 is what do you say? Chigorin choose. Okay, let's see. Let's see if you guys are like, let's see who can find let's say it's like black makes a random move like um, a6. I don't know. It would be really hilarious if it, out of all a lot of things happening over here, boom, out of nowhere, boom, a6. No, that would be like really funny. What does white have over here? Let's see how many of you guys can find it. Can Magnus defeat Chigorin? Of course he can, right? No doubt about it. Anyone, let's see. Queen f7 is not hashtag, buddy. A5 Queen f7 is also not hashtag. Okay, because the king goes to g5. What's the move here? Guys, did you know that in chess the knights can move backwards too? Is your clue. The knights can go backwards too. Right? He sacrifices the queen. No, man, we don't sacrifice the queen. Okay, let's keep that for another day. Right? Queen f7. Okay, everyone's behind queen f7. I told you it's not queen f7, guys. Am I audible today? Again, I gave you guys the best clue. Knights can go backwards. Ng4, yes. Ng4 hashtag. This is just checkmate, guys. Right. So this carries a very dear threat. Dear threat. Dear. Okay. My English is off guard right now. So, anyways, sadly, Stanish did not play a6. That would be really awesome. In a world championship match, where white is threatening mate, you just move an a pawn like that, right? That'd be awesome. Anyways, he played g6 because he wanted the king to run, right? He wanted the king to run. So, what can we do about it, right? So, we have some checks that blunders the queen. What am I talking here again? So yeah, he plays bishop takes e7. Okay, and this is a very tricky move here. Here Steinitz plays king takes e7, running into some discourse, right? But why didn't he take with the knight? Okay, let's look at why he did not take with the knight. Very interesting. What happens if we take with the knight, guys? What happens to the position? How do you follow? A stalemate is better than checkmate? Maybe, maybe not. Not for me though. I mean, I remember when I was a child, I just did cry in a tournament because I blundered stalemate against a very strong opponent, right? So trust me, it's not fun. Queen g5, Queen g5. Of course, that's a move to blunder the queen. That's possible as well. But Chigorin did not decide to do that. He did not decide to blunder his queen, right? So any better moves, guys? Queen h4. Okay. Queen h4. Queen f3 is also fine. Queen h4 comes with a better x-ray, right? So if he moves his king anywhere to e6, then he has to deal with the discourse, right? So he does not like discourse, so he has to like sacrifice. If he moves his king, then he loses his knight and he gets mated. So he plays g5. And after that, I think we can go like knight g4 check. The king goes to f7. And there is a rook sack. Okay, he sacrifices the rook is what the engine says. Is that the best line? You take, and then we take over here. The king goes to d7. And if you guys have heard of this phrase, I don't know if you guys have heard of it. The knights and the queens are like, the knight and the queen are like the strongest attacking pair ever. Okay, so these both are like a dynamic duo. Okay, I don't know if you guys can call it that. It's like the best duo ever. So you can go like knight f6, and yeah, looking at this position, there could be like mate anywhere. Like if he goes here, we have this check, right? And then like here, boom, he goes here, he goes mated, right? So a lot of mates to be followed up. Like I don't want to cover the variation. I think you guys are smart enough to understand that there's mate to be followed. Okay. So anyways, coming back over here, plays king takes e7, and He runs into a disco, guys. So we have disco over here and we have disco over here. So which disco should I choose? Okay, is it stronger than the rook and the bishop? Of course it is, man. We have people asking some smart questions today. Good. Which disco should I choose, guys? I mean, any disco is fine, I guess. So at this point, Chigorin was like, Inky, Pinky, Donkey, father had a donkey, and then he chose knight into g6. Okay. And after king f6, he plays knight takes h8. Of course, knight into g6. There's nothing to do Inky, Pinky, Ponky because you're just winning a rook, right? Yeah. So knight takes h8, and any normal human being would just go and capture the knight. But Steinitz was like, I'm a world champion. I know how to calculate. Like rook d4 is coming, so rook e5 is coming, and this does not look pleasant, right? He saw that after knight takes, there's queen g5, and after here you go here, and eventually you get mated. Like after king h6, you can just clear your way for like queen g5 or queen h4 mate. So Steinitz saw that. He's like, you know what, my king is in such a pickle that I don't have time to capture this knight, right? It's really not worth my time for the queen to come here and capture the knight. I got to do something about this rook e5 threat. So what do you do about it? You just remove the threat itself. So you just play bishop takes d4 and now no rook e5, right? And here normally any human being would play queen f7, or any strong player would also play queen f7 and start attacking. But Chigorin was like, you know what? Morphy is my senior. I remember what Morphy said is like when you're attacking, you need to involve every piece into the action. This knight is very well placed. This rook is controlling this file. It's not letting the king escape. But I don't see what this rook is doing, right? How do we involve this rook and get it into the attack, right? This rook was like complaining for a long time, like you're only making these pieces move. I also have a life. I also need to attack, right? Come on, there's a reason why I'm there. I'm existing, right? So please use me. Ng6, okay, Ng6. G6 is fine. Okay, I don't think. Okay, I know you guys are like, oh, my knight is hanging. Whoops, my knight is hanging. Okay, I gotta save my knight, otherwise my life is over. No, trust me, we have bigger priorities than that. We have bigger priorities than this knight. Okay, if you guys are strong attacking players, you guys wouldn't worry about this knight. Okay, trust me. Find the best move here. How do you involve a new piece into the attack? Let's see if you guys can know this concept over here. Okay. Until then, I'm just gonna have something. Queen f7. Again, Queen f7 was not played, Kiansh. But I think that would be sensible, Queen f7. But see, again, if you just play Queen f7, okay, I get there are some attacking possibilities, but I still think it's not enough yet. Right. If there was a chance of getting more attacking, if you could get another attacking piece, it would be really good. Right. Rook e8. Oh, Rook e8 is a very, very good move. Rook e8. Wow, Rook e8 is a very underrated move. I think Rook e8 would be really good. Right. No, wait. Rook e8 just hangs the rook, man. What am I doing? Okay. Rook e8, queen into e8. There are like, I just went blank on this knight. This rook is like, excuse me, buddy. The rooks look like, they're not existing today to me. Okay. It's not rook e8, Jitendra. Although if this rook wasn't there, then rook e8 would have been really good. Okay, the move played was rook b3, guys. Come on. Shouldn't be that hard, right? And this is what we call as a rook lift in chess. Okay. A rook lift was actually done, it was popularized by Morphy itself. Okay. So remembering Morphy, he played the move rook b3. And we are going to swing this rook. Okay. Your queen d7 was played again. I don't know what would have happened if you'd have taken. Maybe he would have gotten mated like rook f3 and stuff. Right. Just does not look very pleasant. Maybe he can go queen c8. But I think we can just go like queen h6 check and queen takes, and at one point like we're gonna win. That's for sure. Like okay, if he goes here, we have some checks here. Like you're making use of the spins, right? These are some things you can make note of, right? So maybe something like this would be kind of cool. So rook f3 and he plays queen d7. Okay, my bad. Sorry, did not take the knight. Plays queen d7 and now he goes rook f3. Of course, this is a no-brainer. And he's like, you know what? I'm going to take with the rook, and my queen is going to participate in some defensive roles. Is what Steinitz is saying. And I don't understand what Steinitz is saying because I don't see what defensive role this queen is doing. Right. So, anyways, what do you do now? How do you continue? Rook takes h8. What's the next winning move here? Come on, next moves are like very forced. Black pretty much just finishes the game. It's just four moves, right? The next four moves are like easy, guys. G4, yes, well done, Aryan. G4, boom. Right now it's just basic tactics. You have all your pieces well placed. The knight spinned, and every coach has taught the students that when you see a pin, put pressure on the pin piece. So at this point, hearing what I just said, Steinitz played rook g8, and he was hoping that white takes this knight and blunders an illegal, so that he can call the arbiter. But that did not happen. Okay. Luckily, Chigorin was playing with his eyes open. So he's like, you know what, this is a pin. And he was hoping that black can take the queen and then he can call the arbiter. Again, that did not happen too. So anyways, rook g6 was played. Okay, if he would have played king f7, what's the continuation, guys? What would he do here? PP for PP, of course, right? What is the winning move here? Which can also force resignation. Pretty much clear, guys. Come on. These are like easy positions. I know sometimes I get impatient regarding the answers, but now I have to also remember that students take time typing the answer, right? Rook into f5. No. Rook into f5 is an awesome move, but then after queen takes f5, you cry. You cry, and you go home crying, right? You go home crying because you're going to resign. This is the only thing you can hope for at the last. This is one hope you can play for. You never know. You never know, right? Yeah. Okay. I was waiting for someone to answer this, right? Ouch, ouch. Sorry, it had to be you, Kiansh. Did not expect you. Okay, anyways. Happens, guys. This is what happens, when you're playing like you're winning, sometimes people tend to get careless, right? That's why strong people have said that you should never be careless when you're winning, right? Never take things easy. I'm actually not remembering the course. Yeah, queen takes h7, and after that you can go rook takes f5, right? So for that very reason, after queen h6 he goes rook g6, and again rook takes f5 can make you cry. Is it? Can it make you cry now? Isn't it time to cry, guys? Because this is what happened in the game. This is what happened in the game. Chigorin starts crying now? Is that what happens? What happens then? Why did this dude just hang the rook? Did he get careless? Did the contender for the World Chess Championship get careless? Guys, come on. Queen f8. Boom. Well done, Kiansh. You make up for your blunder. And yeah, king here, queen takes, and then okay, you can choose anywhere. Maybe king h6, and then you can go queen h5, king g7, rook check. Okay, he kind of survives the mate. Like you can take the pawns and you can chill now, right? Anyways, after rook takes f5, he did not even take the rook. Instead, he extended his hand and resigned. Right. So this was an awesome game between Steinitz and what do you say, Chigorin. It was played during the World Chess Championship itself, like I don't know which round exactly. Um, but the game was like, how do I say? It was going in an even, like I think out of 19 games, 10 games was won by Steinitz. During the last decider or something, or no, not 10 games, I don't know, like I don't really remember the score. It was going like equal, okay. But then last during the decider, Chigorin lost his game. Otherwise, he would have been the world chess champion, right? Yeah. So among this one game, I thought this was a wonderful game to show you guys like how even world chess champions can do like beginner level mistakes, right? And how dubious gambits like this can work out, right, at a high level. Of course, now it doesn't, right? Nowadays, gambits, the only gambit that works now is like Queen's Gambit, because that's not also not even a gambit too, right? I mean, if you guys look at the Queen's Gambit, that's not even a gambit. You just go boom, boom. People don't even, if you even take this pawn, people are just going to win it back, right? If you guys don't know what I mean, right? Anyways, that's it for today's class, guys, and thank you so much for tuning in. And before I leave, guys, are you guys fine with 5 p.m. timing? Because usually, I have something, regularly at 7 p.m. Okay, so if you guys can cooperate at 5 p.m., it would be really appreciable for me. Okay, I would really like it. So it'd be great, right? Yeah. And one of the days, once we finish this series on what do you say, learn from the past legends, we're going to change the series. Okay, we might do something fun. We might even one day do a speed run, like like how other YouTubers do. We might play a I might create a new chess.com account and start playing some games, and then we can discuss and play. That would also be kind of fun, right? Yeah. Okay. Anyways, thank you so much for tuning in for today's session. So today's class was on Mikhail Chigorin. So I got at 4:30 and come at 6. Well, so sorry, man. But okay, please try your best, man, because I also have something at 7, right? So I'm planning to keep the classes at 5 p.m. from there on, right? So, yeah. Okay. Bye bye, guys. Have a nice weekend. See you guys, and love you all. See you. Take care. Gonna end this.